Welcome to the Secure Dad Podcast. I'm the host and the creator, Andy Murphy. This podcast serves to help people become proactive in their safety. The information I share on this podcast is for general information purposes only. My goal is to empower you to make safer decisions for yourself and your family, because our safety is our own responsibility. Today on the show, I want to share with you 5 things that everybody needs to know about protecting their home, but most people just don't think about. And after we talk about it, you are going to be a lot better off. All of that and more ahead on the Secure Dad Podcast. In the last decade, we've seen a steady rise in politically motivated online threats, especially during election cycles. Even though the presidential election has passed, the polarized political climate remains. Protecting your personal information online is more critical than ever. Your cell phone number, home address, and other personal data are being bought and sold by data broker websites. This means anyone can easily find your details, putting your privacy and potentially your safety at risk. Delete Me can help. They remove your personal information from these sites, making sure that your private details stay private. Delete Me works to take back control of your information. I use Delete Me because I know I can't protect my data on my own. There are too many data brokers and more pop up each month. I need someone to look out for me and my family. Take action now to protect yourself. Visit joindeleteme.com/dad and use the discount code DAD at checkout for 20% off your privacy plan. Delete Me is a proud sponsor of the Secure Dad Podcast. With the holiday season right around the corner, sometimes we get excited and we don't think about home security. So now is a great time to think about protecting your home while you travel. The holidays often mean traveling to see family and friends, which can leave your home vulnerable. That's where FlipLock makes a difference. FlipLock is a simple, fast-acting secondary lock that can fortify your door in less than a second. Its high-strength aluminum design can withstand 1,600 pounds of force, instantly making your door stronger. Not only does it look natural with your existing door hardware, but it will fit in with your holiday decorations. FlipLock gives you peace of mind while you're away, giving you the confidence that your home is better protected. If you're planning on traveling this holiday season, take this simple step to boost your home security. Visit fliplock.com and use the discount code SECUREDAD for 20% off your entire order. Enjoy the holidays worry-free with FlipLock. When it comes to home security, most of us probably have the basics covered. I mean, if you listen to this show, I have been helping you do this for years. And by this, I mean you have installed a home security system, you're using a reliable lock, and you're setting up a home security camera. But many don't realize that there are other often overlooked vulnerabilities in their homes that could be exploited by potential burglars. The bad guys are stepping up their game, and as protector parents, we got to do the same. If you've listened to every episode of this show, then you may recognize some of the things that I'm going to go over, but after more than 300 episodes, you might have forgotten a few tips here and there. So I'm going to share with you the top 5 home security tips that you may not have thought about. First up, let's talk about securing your garage door from high-tech break-ins. Many of us know that you can use a hanger or a special tool to fish that emergency handle for your garage door from the outside. You just hook it and pull it, and then all of a sudden it's like the garage door gets put into neutral and you can lift it up from outside. And this is a common thing that has been exploited for a long time. Now today, we have the concern of a digital brute force attack on your garage door motor. This can be done with a Flipper Zero, which are becoming more popular and more well-known. These little pin testing tools that have been dubbed hacker tools now, well, they can scan, copy, and emulate the rolling code of your garage door opener, and they can actually use a Flipper Zero to program it to open up their own garage door, which is legal and how it's supposed to be used. But I've seen YouTube videos of how a brute force attack works on a garage door motor, and it only took about 45 minutes. So yes, this is possible. This is not something that I'm making up. This is something that has actually happened before. Another way a Flipper Zero can grab your garage door opener frequency is by copying it and using it. Just like I talked about earlier, one of the selling points of the Flipper Zero is to do this, to have a spare garage door opener just for fun. But What could happen is that somebody could hide a flipper zero near your garage door, and when you push the button to open and close your door, whether you're coming or going, well, it's going to be captured by the flipper zero that's, just hidden in the bush next to your garage. And then that's going to copy the code, and then a thief can use it to open the garage door up once you have left. So, how do we combat this? First of all, this kind of attack is not common right now. But in the information age that we live in right now, I fully expect to see this more often. Home burglaries are going high tech. And so we have to be ready to meet that. That's kind of like the core of this podcast today. So if you plan to go on vacation, you might consider powering off the garage door motor by just simply flipping the breaker. Of course, you're going to need another way to get into your home, but this is a very effective way to protect your garage door from a digital attack like this. Next, you can install a garage door lock. Now, this is actually a physical lock in the garage door that uses a real key. This is a great way to secure your garage because it's going to even block access if somebody fishes your emergency release from the outside. This lock is still going to keep the door from coming up. Unless you have the key, it's not going to open. My garage has one of these locks, and I can attest that it really does work. Next up, let's talk about securing your Wi-Fi networks. In 2024, securing your Wi-Fi network is as crucial as having an alarm system. Wi-Fi is the gateway to your smart home, and I'm talking about all of your devices, security cameras, and sometimes even your alarm systems. If a bad guy gains access to your network, they can compromise these devices, potentially unlocking smart locks, disabling cameras, or viewing your security feeds to use them against you. The first thing that we need to do is change the default passwords on your modem and Wi-Fi router. Those default usernames and passwords are on the internet, and people can stuff your credentials until one of those codes works, and it can only take a matter of minutes in some cases. Using unique and strong passphrases will make it harder for intruders to gain unauthorized access. A passphrase is a sentence, not just a password. So an example for a passphrase could be, "The secure dad is awesome!" That's 22 characters, 4 capital letters, and a special character that is easy to remember. And no, that is not my password for anything. Most likely, your established Wi-Fi router is running something called WPA2, and that has been the security standard for a long time. And if that is still the case for you, that's way better than nothing. However, WPA3 is the latest security protocol for Wi-Fi networks that provides stronger protection against all these different types of hacking attempts. While it sounds like a simple change to go in there and just go from WPA2 to WPA3, older devices may not like that because when they were created, WPA2 was the standard. Nothing else existed. So many 2.4 gigahertz security cameras, like Ring and Blink, cannot use WPA3. I found that out the hard way. You may have to migrate your older devices to a guest network and then encrypt that one with WPA2 and just keep them separate. You're also going to want to disable any remote management features that allows access to your router and modem from outside of your home. While this can be convenient, this can create a security vulnerability. What you need to do is disable those remote management access tools, and then you only want to be able to manage the settings from when you are actually physically at your network. Next up, let's talk about your modern car in the driveway and what you can do to keep it from being hacked and then stolen. Car theft technology has become really sophisticated. Some thieves are using antennas to relay the RFID signals from your key fob from inside your house. These devices, sometimes called RFID relay or signal extenders, allow thieves to steal your car without ever touching your keys. I've seen this done over and over again on high-end cars, and then sometimes just on the typical car that you see in a driveway. It really runs the gamut. I guess it's just whatever the bad guys think they can get their hands on. The first thing you can do to prevent this type of attack is to park your car in a garage if you have one. Every video that I've seen comes from a home where a car was parked close to the house in the driveway. This makes it easier for thieves to spot your car and then start that relay attack that's going to grab your key fob signal from inside your house. so park it inside if you can. You can also consider using a Faraday bag to protect your key fob. Now, this creates a barrier that blocks the RFID signal from being picked up by the thief's device outside. This bag essentially takes your key fob off the grid. I fully recommend Faraday products from Silent. I use them all the time. If you want a discount from Silent on a purchase, just use the code TheSecureDad at checkout for 10% off your entire purchase. I have several bags from them. A Faraday bag is going to keep your key fob signal from ever leaving the inside of that bag. So if they can hold up an antenna if they want to, but they're not going to catch the signal and they're not going to be able to steal your car because the signals just aren't there. Our next issue is a very low-tech concern, and it involves your front door peephole. This home security feature has been around forever, and many of us don't know that it can be exploited. If left uncovered, thieves can use a reverse peephole viewer to look inside your home. They can assess the layout and also check to see if you're there. Also, if left exposed, anybody on the other side of the door can tell if you've stepped in the way because that light that was coming through the door viewer is no longer there, so they know that you're standing behind the door. The solution is very simple, thank goodness. Installing a peephole cover is an easy, affordable fix. This quick addition blocks the visibility from the outside, giving you peace of mind while still allowing you to see outside when necessary. Or you can hang up a decoration over the peephole on the inside of your home and then only move it when you need to look out. Some newer viewers come with integrated covers that use a sliding mechanism that make it really easy to open and close when you need it. My last tip for home security things that you may not have ever thought about involves your front door. While they're less common, some homes have outward swinging front doors. The design, while offering increased resistance to like a kick-in style attack, it has its own vulnerability. The hinges are on the outside. Then that makes it possible for burglars to tamper with them and then remove the door. Some homes will have tamper-resistant hinges that still aren't great, but that's a builder-grade feature, and then some homes are just so old that they existed before the technology came along. Also, an outward swinging door kind of lends itself to being picked or loited easier, plus if an attacker convinces you to open that door, then they have the advantage of being able to grab that door, control it, open it further, and allow them and the rest of their crew to gain access to your home. So, if you have an outward swinging door, listen to what I'm about to tell you. I'm going to go over 2 ways that you can solve this problem. First, you need to use a secondary door lock like one that comes from FlipLock. Yes, they have a device that works for doors that swing outward because they've thought of everything. This 2-piece lock works very similarly to the locks that you see me demonstrate on social media. It drops and locks in place in about a second, and it opens just as quickly. If you're interested, you can check out the link in the show notes to see exactly what it does and how it works. Next up, you can also install hinge security pins. Now, these are special screws that go into your door's hinge. These security pins are non-removable hinge pins that make it much more difficult to remove the outward swinging door. They don't cost very much, and you don't have to take your door down to install them. In fact, you can probably install it in less than 5 minutes. So as we've discussed today, securing your home is about more than just installing an alarm system and motion-activated lights. By understanding all of the relevant potential vulnerabilities, from your garage door to your Wi-Fi network to outward swinging doors, you can better protect your loved ones, deter burglars, and enjoy peace of mind. Remember, home security is not a one-and-done thought. As we've talked about, the threats evolve, and so must we. After all, our home security is our responsibility. Well, that's everything that I have for the Secure Dad podcast for today. Thank you, friend, for being a part of the show. I hope you have joined the Secure Dad newsletter. This is how we can stay in touch in between episodes. I don't spam you with needless emails or anything like that. I focus on getting you the information that you need to protect yourself and your family. If you're interested in signing up, there is a link in the podcast show notes. Take back your privacy and personal data with help from Delete Me. Get 20% off a privacy plan when using the code DAD at checkout. Fortify your home with FlipLock. For more, go to fliplok.com and use the discount code SecureDad to get 20% off your entire order. For more from The Secure Dad, visit thesecuredad.com. There you'll find ways to protect your family at home, in public, and online, including my Amazon best-selling book, Home Security: The Secure Dad's Guide. I'm Andy Murphy, reminding you that our safety is our own responsibility.